all of you. Today's gate question is open loop transfer function of a unity negative feedback system is g of s is equal to k by s into 1 plus st1 into 1 plus st2 where k, t1 and t2 are positive constants. The phase crossover frequency in radians per second is. Okay, they are given options. Now let us see the solution. This is the concept in Bodeau plots. Now let us see what is phase crossover frequency. Phase crossover frequency. It is the frequency at which the phase of the open loop transfer function is minus 180 degrees. It is the frequency at which phase of the open loop transfer function what is actually open loop transfer function? G of s into h of s. Phase of the open loop transfer function g of s into h of s is minus 180 degree. That is the definition. So, it is the frequency at which the phase angle of the open loop transfer function g of s into h of s is minus 180 degrees. Okay, for us given g of s is equal to k by s into 1 plus st1 into 1 plus st2. What is h of s? If you see h of s, it is 1 because in the problem mentioned unity negative feedback system. Okay, so the h of s is 1. What is actually h of s? Feedback transfer function. As the feedback is unity, then h of s become 1. Therefore, g of s into h of s is equal to k by s into 1 plus st1 into 1 plus st2. Now write like g of j omega into h of j omega. So it is k by j omega of 1 plus j omega t1 into 1 plus j omega t2. Okay. Then angle g of omega into h of omega. Okay. You have to apply angles for both numerator and denominator. For numerator, there is no angle, so you can leave it. How to find the angle? Tan inverse imaginary part by real part. Okay. So in the numerator, you have only constant, means it has only real part. Imaginary part is 0. So if you find tan inverse 0 by k, it will be 0. So that is the reason the numerator won't give any angle. Okay. Let it be 5 is equal to. Now as the numerator is not giving any angle, leave it. And now here the first term is j omega. It is 1 by j omega. Your j omega means only imaginary. So tan inverse omega by real part is 0. So tan inverse omega by 0. It is tan inverse infinite. Tan inverse infinite is nothing but your 90. And it is 1 by j omega. So it is simply minus 90. I think you understand this. Okay. What is the term actually? This is 1 by j omega. Angle 1 by j omega is nothing but, as this is 1 by, you have to go for minus tan inverse. Imaginary is omega, there is no real, so it is 0. So it is minus tan inverse infinite is nothing but minus 90. Okay. So that is the reason I just mentioned minus 90 here. Then the next term is 1 plus j omega t1. What is the phase of 1 plus j omega t1? And you all know phases of the product terms becomes the summation. If you find the phase of those product terms, it becomes the summation. That is the reason. Yes, the next term is 1 by 1 plus j omega t1. So as it is 1 by, again you will get minus. Then tan inverse. What is the imaginary here? Omega t1 by real is 1. So you can leave it. Again another term is there. It is also like 1 by. So it becomes again minus. So tan inverse again omega t2. After getting the angle g of j omega into h of j omega means the phase angle of the open loop transfer function. Find the phase crossover frequency. You have to equate it to minus 180 degrees. Okay. So it implies, yes, you have to make phi minus 180. So minus 180 means at omega equal to omega pc. What is omega pc? Omega pc is nothing but your phase crossover frequency. Omega pc is nothing but your phase crossover frequency. Okay. So whenever your omega is omega pc in this expression, your phase angle of the open loop transfer function becomes minus 180 degrees. So now just make it minus 180 and write like this. Minus 90 minus tan inverse omega pc into t1 minus tan inverse omega pc into t2. Okay, so what it implies? Minus 90, move this side, it becomes plus. So totally it is minus 90 is equal to minus of tan inverse omega pc t1 plus tan inverse omega pc t2. Minus minus gets cancelled. It's like tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. So you can write it as tan inverse of A plus B by 1 minus AB, like this. So omega pc into t1 into omega pc into t2. So it is omega pc square into t1 t2. How much it is? It is 90 degrees. So now just take this tan inverse to this side. So it becomes tan 90. Okay. Tan 90 is, we all know tan 90 is infinite. So implies omega pc t1 plus omega pc t2 by 1 minus omega pc square t1 t2 is equal to infinite. When it will be infinite? When the denominator is 0. Implies 1 minus omega pc square t1 t2 is equal to 0. It implies your omega pc is equal to 1 by root t1 t2. Okay, so this is your answer. omega PC is equal to 1 by root T1 T2. Okay. So what is the option here? The option is A.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.